And we are back with the fourth segment of the GSMC Basketball Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. And in this fourth segment, we are going to be talking about some more Cavs drama because there is now some reports saying that Donovan Mitchell is expected to sign an extension with the Cleveland Cavaliers this offseason. According to this article by Ashish Mathur, according to multiple NBA reports, he's expected to sign a max extension with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mitchell can sign a 4-year, $208 million extension this offseason. He's under contract for next season and has a $37 million player option for 2025 and 2026. And obviously, this is some with Donovan Mitchell returning to the Cavs. This gives them, the hope that they can continue to make some playoff runs and maybe they can go deeper into the postseason if things line up properly. So a league-wide expectation only grows that Mitchell will sign a contract extension with the club that acquired him from Utah back in September 2022. NBA insider Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports reported. Mitchell, he averaged 26 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists this season while shooting 46% from the field, 36% from 3, and 86% from the free throw line. And they made the playoffs. They beat the Orlando Magic in the first round in 7 games, but they lost to the Celtics in the second round in 5, mainly because Donovan Mitchell did not play in about half of the series. Several rival executives believe Donovan Mitchell will sign an extension with Cleveland. NBA insider Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype reported. The belief is Mitchell, who just completed his 7th season, will sign a max extension for at least the next 3 seasons, which would put him at 10 years of service and eligible for more money on his next contract due to CBA rules. So those are the details going into this. And again, when we were talking about Donovan Mitchell signing his extension with the Cavs, there were also talks about Darius Garland going to request a trade from the Cavs after he signs the extension. So whatever that means and whatever that entails, we'll see in the offseason. But according to some other reports that have recently been put out there, this was put out there on Wednesday, June 12th, and at 5 p.m., the Cavs will have at least 3 candidates in town, and they will interview the new coach, obviously. And there was also the expectation that the tandem of Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Jarrett Allen, and Evan Mobley will run it back, which is a really crazy approach considering how, Darius Garland, he opted to want to request a trade as opposed to teaming up with Donovan Mitchell again. And this could be beneficial for the Cavs because it's like getting a new coach might be a really good, and according to the other reports from Cleveland, it was said that the locker room didn't really like the coach that they previously had. So maybe if they had a new coach, it would change up things in the locker room. They would have some more confidence, and maybe the Cavs could go far. But if the Celtics remain as dominant as they are and as they've been, it would be really difficult to be successful in the Eastern Conference, assuming it's like they have to be lucky and things have to line up for them. But Cleveland, they set forth a goal of replacing former head coach J.B. Bickerstaff by the start of the NBA draft, prioritizing offensive innovation and creativity. Sources said for a Cavs roster that is still expected at this juncture to feature Donovan, Darius, and the rest of the 2, Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. So that's what the article is saying in this from Yahoo Sports. Jake Fisher, that's what he's saying. Despite a wealth of interest in both Garland and Allen on the trade market, Cleveland is not expected to entertain trade offers for any member of its core four at this time, sources said, while a league-wide expectation only grows that Mitchell will sign a contract extension with the club that acquired him from Utah back in September 2022. So that's basically the report that we have on what's going on with Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs and what's going on with all their situations. And I mean, this team, it's we have to give them the benefit of the doubt because they weren't healthy in the postseason. So we have no idea exactly how far they'll go. And if Darius Garland develops and he decides to continue to play under with Donovan Mitchell and continue to be that second option that they need, maybe even be the third option that they need if Evan Mobley develops, then maybe, the team can go farther than a lot of people expect. Because again, they were injured for most of the postseason. Jarrett Allen didn't play. Unfortunately, it's been really bad. So, I can't believe he didn't play that game. And not only that, they also didn't have Donovan Mitchell. So relying just on Darius Garland and Evan Mobley for the final game of that series it's not ideal. And not only that, it also improved the Celtics record in away games, which they still haven't lost, by the way. And it's also losing to the team that is possibly going to win the finals isn't really the worst thing in the world. So I guess I could sort of understand why they wouldn't want to trade anyone, despite the fact that they could get some really, really good players on the trade market if they want to trade any of their players. So it's you pick your poison, and it seems like they really want to run it back with the same team. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this move. If you guys think they should just they shouldn't do this, or if you guys think that if you think this will work, if you think this won't work. I think it'll be interesting. I'm not going to say whether it's going to work or whether it's not going to work. I'm just going to leave that up to you guys because I don't know. It's really tough. But aside from that, they really their first focus should probably be looking for a coach and deciding because the coach also could have a say in the lineup and what he wants to develop, what he wants to focus on, and that could also alter the front office and their decision on who they want to maybe trade, because maybe the coach has a say in certain things. There have been certain situations where it's the coach and the GM, they have sort of the same vision of the players that they want to get in the off season and players that they want to pursue in free agency, and they obviously have these talks deciding who they want to pursue and who they could try to get, and it ends up working out for the better most of the time when you have a good relationship with when a coach is between the GM. If you have a good relationship between the two, then you can make a really good roster. And hold on, let me just see. So Eric in the chat said Cavs run it back, signs Klay Thompson. Oh my gosh, if that does happen, that would be a crazy twist. Not a bad idea. I should be a Cavs GM, he said. If they could, the problem is they're going to sign Donovan to a really huge contract. They're going to sign him to a max extension, and Klay Thompson is probably going to be looking for a lot of money that the Golden State Warriors are probably going to give to them. So I'm not entirely sure if Cleveland's going to be able to provide him that much money in the like in the future, but who knows? Maybe he will, maybe he won't, maybe he will sign with the Cavs, but we'll see how it goes in free agency. I just don't think. I think other teams are going to offer him a little bit more money than the Cavs would, especially after using all of that money and on Donovan Mitchell, because like again 208 million is a lot of money, and especially like for 4 years, and then they're gonna have to pay Garland, then they're gonna have to pay Jared Allen, then they're gonna have to pay all those other players, especially even if Evan Mobley develops, they're gonna have to pay him as well. And it's like, it seems like that's going to be the trajectory of Evan Mobley based off of his closeout game. Um, Eric Rodriguez in the chat said, Cavs draft little LeBron. That's, I don't think, it doesn't seem like the Cavs are interested in drafting Bronny James in the draft. So it seems like it's going to be either the Phoenix Suns or the Lakers. Those were the teams that he held workouts with, and it seems like the Suns, they do have the 22nd pick, and the Lakers, they have a little bit of a like a much like lower pick in the draft that they could probably use on Bronny, because it doesn't seem like Bronny is going to be a high projected pick. So he might still be available for the Lakers to go ahead and grab if the Lakers want to go ahead and grab him. So we will see what they do, but it does seem like it's going to be either the Lakers or the Suns. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if you think he's going to be on the Lakers or if he's going to be on the Suns. But aside from that, that's basically all that we have on the Cavs drama in this offseason so far. So now we will go ahead and go into the special fifth segment, where we talk a little bit about some of the NBA teams that have gotten swept in the NBA Finals, because that seems like that is the trajectory of this finals so far and what is going to happen. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that in the fifth segment right after this short break. So be sure to stay tuned.